According to court documents, a 15-year-old Bonaparte's daughter got out of the car and began punching the victim in the face. That's when Bonaparte allegedly got out of the car, jumped on the victim's back, and when he fell, kicked him in the head multiple times.
I just thought it wasn't real. I didn't believe it until I actually saw him.
But we had a veteran Baltimore D.O.T. worker who ended up being killed by two women, all because parking spot. Let's get over into it and see what this whole thing is about, y'all.
The woman charged in connection to the death of a Baltimore City Department of Transportation employee has rejected a plea deal.
Alexa Ashwell shows us how prosecutors have responded in reaction from a legal expert.
The Baltimore City State's Attorney's Office confirms they're now seeking additional charges against the defendant. A legal expert weighing in. Kiana Bonaparte, charged in connection to the fatal beating of City DOT employee Gregory Turnipseed, rejecting a plea deal here inside Baltimore City Circuit Court. Prosecutors and police responding just yesterday, filing additional charges, according to the City State's Attorney's Office.
It's not surprising that the Office of the State's Attorney for Baltimore City is leveraging potential additional charges involving homicide or murder in order to get one of the criminal defendants involved in the death of Gregory Turnipseed to potentially plead guilty. It's not uncommon when someone dies later from causes linked to an assault for the state's attorney to re-examine the filing of additional charges.
Back in November, 49-year-old Bonaparte was charged with first and second-degree assault in connection to the beating of Turnipseed. Investigators say Bonaparte and her 15-year-old passenger assaulted Turnipseed while he was on the job after he asked them to move their vehicle. The 71-year-old died nearly 6 weeks after the attack.
What do you mean this was with a... So you mean to tell me a woman and her daughter jumps a man all because he tells them, yeah, you got to move the parking spot. You got to move. What kind of children are we raising? Let's keep going.
I've been robbed of my father unnecessarily when they could have just drove off and went their way.
Fox 25 News also reached out to the public defender's office after a report cited the medical examiner's findings as a reason Bonaparte's defense requested a postponement that the judge is said to have rejected. Local defense attorney Jeremy Eldridge, who is not associated with the case, weighing in.
If the defense feels as though the medical examiner's report exculpates or lessens the guilt of their client due to the fact that there were intervening medical circumstances. For instance, that Mr. Turnipseed had heart issues or other medical issues, and that he did not die as a result of the injury sustained during the assault, that could be part and parcel of why they didn't feel as though the state had this perceived leverage, even if they brought these additional charges, because they could beat them at trial.
Fox 45 News questioning Baltimore police and the city state's attorney's office on any potential charges against the juvenile in this case. Turnipseed's family then expressing their frustration.
And just amazed that these juveniles just running the streets and doing what they want.
Eldridge says laws in place may be protecting that information. It's a question that remains.
The second thing you have to wonder is, if we now know that the adult co-defendant could be facing murder charges, could the juvenile defendant now be facing murder charges? And that will also be an interesting move from the Baltimore City State's Attorney's Office.
Yeah, 100%. It sounds like that the juvenile needs to, if the mother is facing, I don't know if it's the mother, but I'm assuming the mother, but the adult is facing murder charges and the juvenile jumped in with her. Yeah. Charge them both. I mean, it makes sense to me, at least. But let's get over into one more video, y'all.
The death of a Baltimore City Department of Transportation worker has now been ruled a homicide, and a woman is facing upgraded charges. 71-year-old Gregory Turnipseed was on the job last fall when police say a woman and a teen allegedly beat him up during a parking dispute. He later died at the hospital. Tara Lynch is live on your corner outside of the courthouse with the latest developments. Tara.
Casey, we do know that 49-year-old Kiana Bonaparte denied a plea deal today for some of those assault charges she was originally facing. Prosecutors now tell me they're going to refile these charges, and it will be homicide related. They have not been filed quite yet, so we don't exactly know what she will be charged with. This is all in response to Gregory Turnipseed's autopsy coming back, saying that his death was a homicide. We did hear from some of the Turnipseed family today. They say they just miss their father.
I just can't believe he's not here. It's just different.
71-year-old Gregory Turnipseed is remembered as a loving father, grandfather, and even a great-grandfather. His daughter says he was kind and caring, always willing to help others.
He was loving, kind, supportive, just a great dad. I miss him.
Turnipseed died last fall in the hospital after he was allegedly beat up by a mother and daughter on St. Paul Street. Police say Turnipseed was on the job with the city's Department of Transportation when he approached Kiana Bonaparte's car and asked her to move because another car was waiting to park. According to court documents, a 15-year-old Bonaparte's daughter got out of the car and began punching the victim in the face. That's when Bonaparte allegedly got out of the car, jumped on the victim's back, and when he fell, kicked him in the head multiple times.
I just thought it wasn't real. I didn't believe it until I actually saw him. So I just couldn't believe that someone would do that to him.
Throw the book at them. Come on now, what are we doing here? You mean to tell me the young girl started everything? She got out first, punched him in the face, and then the mother, acting like just like her daughter, or maybe is a better way to say the daughter acting just like her mama, jump on his back, and when he finally falls, they kick him in the head. So bad he ends up dying in the hospital. Yeah, both of them should be charged with murder. The 15-year-old, depending on what the age range is in this place, I mean, charge her as an adult too, because that is crazy. Wow.
Turnipseed died in the hospital the day before Thanksgiving. Before his death, he was able to pick his attacker out of a photo lineup. Bonaparte was later arrested and held on assault charges before his death. The medical examiner ruled Turnipseed's death a homicide, according to prosecutors. In court Tuesday, the defense requested the case be pushed back to give their experts more time to review the victim's medical records. That was denied by the judge. Bonaparte refused a plea deal, and she'll now face more serious charges.
It was very emotional seeing Miss Bonaparte today. Justice would mean that she would meet the fate that she should for doing such a horrendous thing.
Bonaparte is still being held behind bars tonight. We also know that she will face a judge again, likely this week, once those new homicide-related charges are filed. As for the 15-year-old involved in this case, Bonaparte's daughter, we're not sure if any charges have been filed against her. For now, reporting live on your corner in downtown Baltimore.
We all know what should happen to the daughter. Let's get over into the AI breakdown, y'all, just to finish all this up, just to see what else we can find out. So as we know, Gregory, 71-year-old Baltimore City Department of Transportation traffic inspector, died following a brutal on-duty beating. The suspect, 49-year-old Kina, I don't care how to say her name right, has recently been charged with upgraded second-degree murder and conspiracy to commit second-degree murder after the medical examiner officially ruled the death as a homicide. So she has officially been charged with second-degree murder, upgraded. The incident happened on October 17, 2025 in the 400 block of St. Paul. So, Turnipseed, a 14-year-old veteran of the BC D.O.T, approached the parked vehicle to inform the occupants that another car is waiting to park. A verbal dispute escalated when the 15-year-old daughter exited the vehicle and began punching him in the face. As he tried to restrain the teenager, the mother jumped on his back, knocked him to the ground, and repeatedly kicked him in the head. Before fleeing, he managed to take a photo of the vehicle license plate and text it to investigators. He also identified her in a photo lineup before his health deteriorated. He was initially treated for his injuries, but was later readmitted to the hospital and diagnosed with a traumatic subrenal hemorrhage, so brain bleeding, which required surgery. He suffered severe permanent brain damage, memory loss, difficulty speaking. He ultimately passed away from complications on November 26, 2025, the day before Thanksgiving. And then the defense attorney tried to argue that the injuries weren't caused from the fight. That's brain bleeding. That's definitely caused by a kick to the head. So on June 3rd, 2026, the medical examiner officially classified his death as a homicide. Following the ruling, the suspect rejected the state's plea deal. Prosecution upgraded the initial assault charges. On June 11, 2026, she was arraigned on charges of second-degree murder. Detailed reporting on the updated charges can be found. I don't care about that. So a jail phone call revealed that she admitted that she hit him with a stroller, while her daughter admitted to stomping on his head. In the recordings, they claimed that he brought it upon himself by not minding his own business. See, the juvenile authorities have not publicly confirmed that the daughter, who was 15 at the time, faces any charges. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that last thing? This is what's wrong with people, bro. They said in the recording, she claimed that he brought it upon himself because he did not mind his business. The world is a truly crazy place. The world is a crazy place. And like I said before, both the mother and daughter need to be charged the same way. Charge them both. Second degree murder. I don't see a problem with that. This man was just trying to do his job. Go make it back home to his family. He asked you to move because you're taking up a spot. People are waiting for you. Then your daughter gets out of the car and immediately starts to punch him. You are a bad mother. You raised her incorrectly. And you deserve to be held responsible for it. But we got to call it how it is. Even though she was raised by her mama, she got to be held responsible for it too. She did something sickening. And she deserves to be punished for it. But let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said, y'all. That's a crazy situation. And we'll have to wait to see exactly how much time she gets or if the daughter gets charged. It's a crazy world we live in, but this is why we got to review this stuff together, y'all.